Other law enforcers may be involved in protecting illegal business premises. Declining unemployment rate proves government initiatives showing positive results. Welcome to Updates at Noon with me, Brendan Lipol. 3 children and a preschool teacher of Taska Permata under the Terengganu Family Development Foundation, YPKT, have been told to undergo home quarantine for 7 to 14 days. The 33-year-old teacher and the children aged 1, 3 and 4 have been quarantined from the 3rd of August after returning from Aidil-Adha celebration in Kubang Pasu, Kedah. State Welfare, Women and Family Development and National Unity Committee Chairman Hanafi Ahmad said the children and the teacher were not related to the Siva Ganga cluster and the quarantine was just a precautionary measure taken after they had undergone health screenings at nearby clinics.
Yang guru tu ada gejala.
Yang kanak-kanak tu semua.
Yang kanak-kanak tu macam okey lah, tapi kita bimbang kerana dia mari daripada Kedah. Jadi kita ambil tindakan lebih awal lah.
Police are looking for the next of kin of the 7 people who were killed in a crash involving a lorry and a Perodua Alza MPV along Jalan Keramat Pulai, Simpang Pulai, heading to Cameron Highlands, Pahang yesterday. According to Ipoh OCPD Assistant Commissioner A. Asmadi Abdul Aziz, all the victims were from the Perodua Alza, aged between 4 and 50, and have yet to be identified. He said the deceased comprised 5 adults, including 3 women and 1 boy and 1 girl, while the injured comprised 2 children and a man. The injured was sent to Raja Permaisuri Bainon Hospital, HRPB, while the trailer driver escaped unhurt. During the incident, the Perodua Alza was travelling from Cameron Highlands to Kedah before it skidded into the opposite lane and collided with the trailer.
Kejadian dipercayai berlaku pukul 5.30. So kita dimaklum lebih kurang pukul 6 dan kita sampai, kita teruskan buat tindakan dan masa sampai itu dapati pihak bomba telah berjaya mengeluarkan lebih kurang 6 orang mayat dan 7, yang mana kali 3 orang lagi yang cinta itu telah dibawa ke hospital lah untuk menerima rawatan.
Assistant Commissioner A. Asmadi was speaking to reporters at the HRPB Forensic Unit in Ipoh, Perak last night. The case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission MACC Chief Commissioner Datuk Seri Azam Baki does not rule out the possibility that other law enforcers or more arrests on enforcement officer involved in protecting illegal business premises in Sungai Buloh following the arrest of 3 Shah Alam City Council MBSA enforcement officers. Nevertheless, he called on all quarters to be patient so that the MACC will be able to decide and take the next course of action under its jurisdiction.
Tapi saya tidak nafikan juga, kami ini menerima maklumat seluruh negara berhubung dengan kegiatan-kegiatan seperti perjudian ke, rumah urut ke dan sebagainya telah yang dilindungi oleh pihak penguatkuasa. Namun demikian, seperti mana semua sedia maklum, dalam kita nak menyiasat kes-kes rasuah ini, kita perlukan bukti dan juga memerlukan sokongan daripada keterangan saksi-saksi. Dan saya memang pujilah kalau ada orang seumpama ini datang untuk memberi maklumat dan sanggup bekerjasama. Bukan senang kita nak cari, seperti mana saya pernah sebut banyak kali. Kalau nak cari orang untuk mendedahkan satu perkara itu dan menjadi saksi, bukan adalah amat sukar sekali.
He said this while thanking those who had lodged complaints and acted as whistleblowers to the MACC in fighting corruption. Yesterday, MACC confirmed the arrest of the 3 MBSA enforcement officers on suspicion of accepting bribes on monthly basis to protect business premises operating without a valid license in Sungai Buloh. Investigations are still ongoing on the two separate incidents involving General Operation Force (PGA) personnel believed to have fatally shot themselves dead in Perak and Kedah on 19 July and the 7th of August. PGA Internal Security and Public Order Department Deputy Director Datuk Mastor Muhammad Arif said the cases are being investigated by the Police Crime Investigations Departments of the respective states.
Kes ini masih dalam siasatan Jabatan Siasatan Jenayah dan kita belum kenal pasti apa punca sebenar beliau tertembak. Dalam siasatan kita secara pentadbiran tidak ada isu-isu yang sepatutnya hingga berlakunya kejadian tembakan begini. Dan kalau jika ada isu-isu lain sekalipun, kita sebenarnya ada cawangan integriti, ada cawangan konseling di brigade yang boleh membantu.
He said this to reporters after a working visit to the PGA 3rd Battalion in Bido, Perak. In the 19 July incident, a PGA personnel was killed after he was believed to have shot himself at 9:25 p.m. at the Pantai Remis Police Barracks in Lumut. Meanwhile, on the 7th of August, another PGA personnel died in the break room of the Tupa PGA training camp in Bedong in an incident at 5:10 a.m. He was believed to have accidentally shot himself. The declining unemployment rate proves that the government initiatives under the Prihatin Rakyat Economic Stimulus Package, Prihatin, and National Economic Recovery Plan, Penjana, which were aimed at stimulating country's economy, have begun to show positive results. Finance Minister Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Abdul Aziz, in a statement released, said, despite positive developments, the government will continue to pay attention in addressing unemployment among the Rakyat. The Department of Statistics Malaysia recently announced that the unemployment rate in June 2020 decreased by 0.4% to 4.9% from 5.3% in the previous month. Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul said the signs of recovery will sustain if Malaysians continue to practice the new norms in their daily lives. He noted that the re-implementation of the Movement Control Order (MCO) as a whole will lead other issues, including disrupting efforts to revive the economy and the government's focus in preparing the 2021 budget, which will focus on reviving the economy as well as restoring investors' confidence. He also added that to ensure the success of the 2021 budget, the team from the Ministry of Finance continues the Jelajah Belanjawan 2021 to seek feedback from various communities and industries. The minister said this in a statement when presenting the latest report on the implementation of the Prihatin and Penjana yesterday. This was the 16th report by the Economic Stimulus Implementation and Coordination Unit between national agencies, Laksana. The input received will be taken into consideration to ensure that the budget is rakyat and business friendly. The public, businesses and relevant parties are invited to submit their views and suggestions on the 2021 budget. The Bumiputra Agenda Steering Unit Teraju has approved a 100 million ringgit allocation for the Dana Kemakmuran Bumiputra (DKB) to promote economic growth and new investment by qualified Bumiputra companies. The program's main objectives include supporting projects to be implemented to enable them to be more viable and competitive, creating job opportunities at all levels, and achieving sustainable growth with the opportunity to apply advanced technology and automation. Minister in the Prime Minister's Department for Special Functions, Datuk Sri Muhammad Rizwan Yusof, said the DKB program would act as a catalyst for greater Bumiputra involvement in line with the Shared Prosperity Vision 2030.
Kita akan berhalusi dengan Kementerian Keuangan dengan adanya satu orang kata tu ukuran di masa depan, proforma. Contohnya kalau dana ini kalau dipertingkatkan boleh membuka peluang pekerjaan contoh 20 ke 30 ribu dan boleh meningkatkan nilai dari pelaburan itu kepada 8 kali ke 10 kali ganda, kan kita akan ukur dari sudut itu.
Datuk Seri Mohammad Rezwan further noted that the repayable grant could be a strategic catalyst for the private sector in the country's economic development. Sectors that are eligible for the grant include manufacturing, agriculture, bio-industry, digital economy, engineering services, and property development in Malay Reserve, Wakaf land, or Adat land in the case of Sabah and Sarawak. More details are available at the Teraju website. Perbadanan Usahawan Nasional Berhad (PUNB) will be introducing a rent-to-own financing scheme for Bumiputra entrepreneurs who intend to purchase PUNB-owned external or new business premises with a minimum value of 500,000 ringgit. Its chairman Tan Sri Noh Omar said the scheme is to help increase commercial property ownership among Bumiputra entrepreneurs. Tan Sri Noh also said that this scheme is offered to tenants currently renting the 222 premises belonging to PUNB.
Yang jelasnya ialah jika usahawan ini berminat untuk membeli bangunan hilang, mereka tak perlu pinjam bank. PUNB akan beli dulu. PUNB akan beli dan sewa kepada mereka dan mereka akan bayar sewa dan dalam perjanjian itu nanti kita akan lebih detail.
As for the purchase of external and new premises, Tan Sri Noh said the entrepreneurs could submit an application for PUNB to purchase the asset and then continue paying the rent to PUNB until it becomes theirs. To date, PUNB has used 5 million ringgit out of its total allocation of 25 million ringgit to develop its property segment. The SME Association of Malaysia has urged small and medium enterprises, SMEs, to organize more exhibition and expo related to SMEs on the online platform to thrive in the post-movement control order MCO environment. While acknowledging that some SMEs have already started to evolve to digital companies, its National Vice President C.S. Chin said, with the right source of guidance and help from the right solution providers, SMEs are able to emerge even stronger.
I strongly urge the government to look into this seriously, to help the SME. Of course, I'm not saying they don't, but I believe with such an difficult time, we need more from the government.
He said this during the launching of online SME e-Fair exhibition and expo through Zoom app. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin yesterday received a courtesy call from Army Chief General Dato' Zamros Mohammad Zain at his office at the Parliament building. It is Dato' Zamros' first courtesy call after he was appointed as the Army Chief, succeeding General Tan Sri Ahmad Hasbullah Muhammad Nawawi effective 11 June. Tan Sri Muhyiddin is confident that with the experience that General Dato' Zamros has, he will be able to drive the Army branch of Malaysian Armed Forces, MAF, to more greatness on the national and international stage. The Premier, in a posting on his Facebook page, also hoped that his appointment will help strengthen the preparedness of the country's defence in facing increasingly complex security issues. Through his posting, Tan Sri Muhyiddin also said that he also received a courtesy call from the outgoing Deputy Inspector General of Police, Dato' Mazlan Manso, who is scheduled to retire on 14 August. On behalf of the government, the Premier also expressed his deepest appreciation and gratitude to Dato' Mazlan Manso for his services throughout his leadership while serving the force. Sevilla reached Europa semis as Wolves pay for penalty miss. We begin with local sports. The National Archery Association of Malaysia, NAAM, plans to hold the National Championships and National Junior Championship before the year is out. NAAM President Dato' Abdul Hamid Hassan said the junior meet was expected to be held in November and the National Championship in December. Elaborating further, Dato' Abdul Hamid said 2020 has not seen any archery activities so far and only 2 championships will be allowed this year. He said the tournaments would likely be staged in the Klang Valley or Johor at the venue for the Malaysia Games next year. When asked on overseas tournaments, Dato' Abdul Hamid said if the COVID-19 threat was checked, Malaysian archers would participate in at least 3 international championships next year. They are the Asia Cup in Bangkok in March, World Cup in Shanghai in May and the World Archery Championship in Paris in June, a qualifying meet for the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So far, Khairul Anwar Muhammad is the only Malaysian archer to have qualified for the Tokyo Olympics next year. That's it from us this afternoon. In our top story, other law enforcers may be involved in protecting illegal business premises. News at 10 comes on this evening on My Freeview's Berita RTM News channel. Till then, I'm Brandon Paul. Thank you for watching.